We help parents raise their kids to be Christ followers. I'm Pastor Pete, and today's topic is training your child to worship. You know, we're making disciples with our worship. The Bible says to train a child in the way he should go, and one of the most important areas of our life as Christians is worship. I think about this garden that God has given each of you as a family. You want your children to be so comfortable with God's presence in your garden, just like he walked in the garden with Adam and Eve. If your child is trained to experience God walking in your garden, then when they're old, they won't depart from it. It's one of the reasons why scholars believe the Psalms teach us to raise our hands so our children see us worship. It's to set that example for them. So what does this mean? Let's first talk about what you shouldn't do. Don't ignore your children when you worship. This is a time to both focus on God and on your children. So what should you do? Have times of worship in your home. When you worship together, you aren't just honoring God as an individual, you're honoring God as a household, as a family. That's a unique worship experience. So maybe you turn your normal family devotion into a worship night. Maybe you create a special evening of worship for the whole family. When you have a night of worship, engage God and engage your children. Don't be afraid to grab their hands and move with them and worship with them. And if they're small enough, just hold them and let them watch you lift your hand. Worship together. Set that example for your family. Focus on Jesus, but also set the example and create the atmosphere of praise and worship. God is enthroned on the praises of his people. He meets with your family, and your children become used to it and they embrace it. And finally, get involved with other families worshiping as well. Let them see other children worship. Take them to church and let them see other people singing and worshiping Jesus. It's all part of them growing as worshipers. God uses your desire to raise your kid right to get to your heart. Thanks for listening to me. Now, take a moment and let him speak to you.